We cover Cleveland, Columbus, Youngstown, Toledo, all the way down to Dayton. And it's almost like small little nation states in Italy in the Middle Ages. They're all, the Medicis, Florence. And so if you look at, let's just start with Toledo. Toledo is a suburb of Detroit. They listen to the Detroit radio stations. They use the Detroit airport. They cheer for Michigan teams. At one point, Toledo was actually part of Michigan and was conceded in a war between the two states. So Toledo is automotive centric. It's on the I-75 corridor. It is a slower market. There's maybe room for one spec building a year, 200,000 square feet. Rents are a little bit lower than Detroit, even though it's only 45 minutes away from the center of town. So Toledo is a slower automotive suburb of Detroit. You move down the I-75 corridor toward Lima on your way to Dayton, you still have the influence of automotive, but as you get closer to Dayton, you now are essentially at the headquarters of the U.S. Air Force. In that market, you have a lot of office space that is taken by contractors, and now there'll be a large announcement, the aviation related, in Dayton. So that's heavy manufacturing, heavy Air Force, light automotive, but still kind of a 1950s, 1960s market, like a Toledo. Then you move toward Cleveland. Cleveland is a 1950s, 1960s regional market that has about 15% of its industrial stock as new. So we have a market of older buildings that is doing quite well right now. We are doing well because of tariffs, because of reshoring, because of defense spending. Things are made in the Rust Belt. Cleveland's kind of the heart of the Rust Belt. So a Cleveland, a Toledo, a Dayton are doing very well when it comes to manufacturing. Distribution here is much more regional, not national. So our new buildings are smaller, 200,000 square feet. And the Cleveland, Dayton, Toledo, even the Youngstown markets are markets in and of themselves. Youngstown is heavy automotive. It's equidistant between Pittsburgh and Cleveland, Lordstown Motors. There's a lot going on in Youngstown. In fact, if I were to build a spec building right now in Ohio, I'd probably pick some area around there. Even when you get down to the Route 30 corridor, an area that boomed in the 1950s, from Worcester to Mansfield, you've got Route 30 that has names like Rolls-Royce, Gojo, formerly Rubbermaid. There's a lot happening in the Route 30 corridor. It's very strong. And then you get to the monster in the conversation, which is Columbus. So years ago, Columbus used to be a place where you could just go and buy land, and then you can get incentives, and then you could build more buildings. But in the past 5 to 7 years, the market has changed dramatically. There's been incredible growth in Columbus from a population perspective. But then there's also been incredible growth from a distribution perspective because it's regional and now national in nature. Also, at the exact same time, data centers showed up. Last year, there's been 5 years of land purchases in 1 year. So typically you have about 500 acres sold in a year in Columbus. Last year there were 2,500 acres. They were all sold to data centers. Well, you compound the absorption of land by data centers and then the strong industrial market that occurred in Columbus. And now you get pushback from a lot of people who are saying, let's have fewer incentives, let's have fewer warehouses. So you've got a lot of macro events all playing out in Columbus, causing a lot of issues to arise. Will data centers be a bubble? I don't know, but they absorbed 2,500 acres. The industrial warehouse distribution market there started the year with 2.5 years of warehouse space. Today, as we stand here, there's less than 30 days supply. In one 10-month period, it managed to right itself in what everyone thought was going to be a very long, bad 2 years. It's a long way of saying that the markets are all different, and our team covers them all with experts in each market. But if someone says, how was Ohio? You have to ask the question, what part?